In 2005, the National Electrical Code, (NEC), was amended to require the use of combination of AFCIs, also known as arc fault circuit interrupters, for the entire branch circuit protection in residential construction. This requirement was scheduled to go into effect on January 1, 2008. Following the publication of the 2008 NEC handbook, there was some confusion about whether or not the combination AFCI requirement would actually go into effect on January 1, 2008. Some people argued that the requirement had not been properly adopted by the state and local authorities, and that it was therefore not enforceable. However, the NEC is a national standard that is adopted by reference by state and local authorities. Once the NEC is adopted by a state or local authority, it becomes enforceable by law. As of January 1, 2008, the 2005 NEC had been adopted by all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Therefore, the combination of AFCI requirement was enforceable in all 50 states on January 1, 2008. Siemens is a manufacturer of electrical products, including AFCIs. It is in Siemens' best interest to promote the adoption of the combination of AFCI requirement, as it will increase the demand for AFCIs. However, Siemens does not have the authority to make the combination of AFCI requirement enforceable. That authority rests with the state and local authorities. The estimated cost of fully equipping an entire house with combination of AFCIs is between $250 and $500. This is a small price to pay to ensure the safety of the homeowners. Combination of AFCIs can help to prevent electrical fires, which can cause serious injury or death. Let's delve deeper into what AFCIs are and why they're so important. An arc fault is an unintended electrical discharge that occurs when electricity jumps between two or more conductors. These faults can generate extremely high temperatures, often exceeding thousands of degrees Fahrenheit, creating a significant fire hazard. Arc faults can arise from various sources, including damaged wiring, loose connections, and insulation breakdown. Traditional circuit breakers are designed to protect against overloads and short circuits, but they may not always detect arc faults, especially low-energy arcs. This is where AFCIs come in. AFCIs are specialized circuit breakers that are designed to detect and interrupt arc faults. They work by monitoring the electrical current for unusual patterns that are characteristic of arc faults. When an AFCI detects an arc fault, it quickly trips, cutting off the flow of electricity and preventing a fire from starting. There are two main types of AFCIs: firstly, branch/feeder AFCIs, and secondly, combination AFCIs. Branch/feeder AFCIs provide protection against arc faults that occur in the branch circuit wiring, which is the wiring that runs from the circuit breaker to the outlets and appliances. Combination AFCIs, on the other hand, provide protection against both branch circuit arc faults and series arc faults. Series arc faults occur within appliances or extension cords. The 2005 NEC, as amended, specifically requires combination AFCIs for most residential branch circuits. This is because combination AFCIs offer the most comprehensive protection against arc faults. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for electrical installations. It is developed and updated every 3 years by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NEC is not a law itself, but it is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions, making it the de facto standard for electrical safety in the United States. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is an essential resource for electricians, electrical inspectors, and anyone involved in electrical work. The process of adopting the NEC varies from state to state and locality to locality. In some cases, the state legislature may adopt the NEC as a whole. In other cases, local jurisdictions, such as cities or counties, may adopt the NEC. Regardless of the adoption process, once the NEC is adopted by a state or local authority, it becomes legally enforceable. This means that electrical installations must comply with the requirements of the NEC. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. As mentioned earlier, the 2005 NEC was amended to require combination AFCIs for most residential branch circuits. This requirement has been phased in over time, and as of January 1, 2008, it was in effect in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. The specific circuits that require AFCI protection are outlined in the NEC. In general, AFCI protection is required for branch circuits that supply receptacles in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, family rooms, dens, and hallways. There are some exceptions to this requirement, such as for circuits that supply smoke detectors or fire alarm systems. The cost of installing AFCIs has decreased over time as the technology has become more widespread. However, AFCIs are still more expensive than traditional circuit breakers. The estimated cost of fully equipping an entire house with combination AFCIs is between $250 and $500. While this may seem like a significant expense, it is important to consider the potential costs of an electrical fire. Electrical fires can cause extensive property damage, serious injuries, and even death. AFCIs can help to prevent these fires, making them a worthwhile investment in home safety. It is also important to note that some insurance companies offer discounts to homeowners who have AFCIs installed in their homes. This is because AFCIs reduce the risk of electrical fires, which can lower insurance claims. In addition to the cost savings, AFCIs also provide peace of mind. Knowing that your home is protected by AFCIs can help you sleep better at night. If you are not sure whether your home has AFCIs, you can check your electrical panel. AFCIs are typically labeled as such. You can also hire a qualified electrician to inspect your electrical system and determine whether AFCIs are needed. When choosing an AFCI, it is important to select a product that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or UL. This ensures that the AFCI has been tested and certified to meet safety standards. It is also important to choose an AFCI that is compatible with your electrical system. AFCIs are available in different voltage and amperage ratings. Be sure to select an AFCI that is appropriate for the circuit that it will be protecting. Installing an AFCI is a relatively simple task that can be done by a qualified electrician. However, if you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a professional. When installing an AFCI, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. It is also important to test the AFCI after it is installed to ensure that it is working properly. To test an AFCI, simply press the test button on the device. The AFCI should trip, cutting off the flow of electricity to the circuit. If the AFCI does not trip, it may be defective and should be replaced. AFCIs are an important safety device that can help to prevent electrical fires. If you live in a home that does not have AFCIs, you should consider having them installed. The cost of AFCIs is a small price to pay to ensure the safety of your home and family. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Now let's discuss some common misconceptions about AFCIs. One common misconception is that AFCIs are only needed in older homes. While it is true that older homes are more likely to have outdated wiring that is prone to arc faults, AFCIs are also important in newer homes. Even in new homes, wiring can be damaged during construction or by rodents. Another misconception is that AFCIs are only needed in bedrooms. While bedrooms are one of the areas where AFCIs are most important, they are also needed in other areas of the home, such as living rooms, dining rooms, and hallways. This is because arc faults can occur anywhere in the home where there is electrical wiring. Another misconception is that AFCIs are a replacement for ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. GFCIs are designed to protect against electrical shock, while AFCIs are designed to protect against electrical fires. GFCIs are typically required in wet locations, such as bathrooms and kitchens, while AFCIs are required in other areas of the home. It is important to have both GFCIs and AFCIs to provide comprehensive electrical safety. AFCIs are an important part of a comprehensive electrical safety plan. In addition to AFCIs, it is also important to have smoke detectors installed in your home. Smoke detectors can alert you to a fire in its early stages, giving you time to escape. It is also important to have your electrical system inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. An electrician can identify potential hazards and make recommendations for improving your electrical safety. Maintaining your electrical system is crucial for preventing fires and ensuring the safety of your home and family. This includes regularly checking for frayed or damaged cords, avoiding overloading circuits, and ensuring that all electrical outlets and switches are in good working order. Educating yourself and your family about electrical safety is also important. Teach children not to play with electrical outlets or cords, and make sure everyone knows how to safely use electrical appliances. By taking these steps, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires in your home. In summary, AFCIs are a vital safety device that can protect your home and family from the dangers of electrical fires. They are required by the NEC in most residential branch circuits, and they offer a comprehensive level of protection against arc faults. While the cost of AFCIs may seem like an expense, it is a small price to pay for the peace of mind and safety that they provide.